Hey guys, and welcome back to the Imperfect podcast. So this is the first episode of 2021, and I'm so excited. I can't believe it took me all of January to finally get myself together to record this, but I am so excited because today I have one of my good friends who I actually met kind of, I guess, not really by accident, but the way we met was kind of interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't really by accident. It was definitely interesting how we met though.
Yeah, and we'll go into that in a little bit, but I have my friend Owen Paugh here with me today. You can find him on YouTube and on Instagram, but he's a really good friend of mine, and he has been helping me a lot with my YouTube, I guess, career. So yeah, if you'd like to introduce yourself a little bit, go for it.
So what's up, everyone? My name's Owen. I'm a junior in high school. I'm based in Frederick, Maryland. I do YouTube. I'm a social media personality. I'm an editor. I do a lot of stuff with social media, basically. So, and I do my own YouTube stuff, and I manage a couple artists that I sign. We'll get into that later, but 17-year-old little I guess you could say, like, I don't know if like entrepreneur is the right word, but kind of just like dipping my toes in different places, I guess. So yeah.
Basically, Owen's a big deal.
Sorta. I wouldn't go that far, but sorta.
So the way we met, we have a mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
whose name is Megan. Shout out to
Shout out,
Megan if
Megan.
she's listening. But she was invited to a Christmas party at Owen's house, and I think it was because you guys are family friends, right? Like your
Yeah,
parents are
my
friends?
dad is or was her dad's partner in the fire department for Baltimore.
Gotcha.
So
So they've known each other for a long time, but she wanted some friends to come with her, so she had brought me and our friend Emma.
Christmas parties here are always fun, crazy.
It was kind of by chance.
But low-key kind of by luck, I guess. I don't
I
know.
guess. I think our friendship has been really
Yeah, and
great.
like back then I was like just starting to like branch up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember you taught
crazy.
you like we went to your basement and we were watching a couple of your videos in your
Yeah.
little like back room in your basement. I remember that. That was really
Which
fun.
that background doesn't look like that anymore.
Ooh.
Now my studio, and it's got like
You have a whole
LED.
studio now?
Oh yeah. It's
That's so
definitely the
good.
coolest place in the house besides my room.
I see
Even though
your room
I don't like my
is
room.
very purple.
Yeah, it's all Ravens plus
Yeah,
there's my
I take it I love that.
my retired football jersey.
Have you always loved football?
I would say yeah, because my dad got me into the Ravens, and I like every year I was like, I want to play football, Dad. Let me play football. Mom's like, no, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. So I finally got the chance to play, and in the third week of full week practice, when we were like still learning everything,
Hmm.
I got hit. Well, I didn't get hit. Well, I did get hit, but I didn't pass out from being hit. I
Hmm.
passed out because we now know I have this condition called neurocardiogenic syncope. So basically, if I like stand up or do something too quick, I go down.
Gotcha.
So that's how that happened. But I got a concussion from hitting the ground so hard.
Did you want to play football professionally before you got into YouTube?
Always
No.
done camera stuff. I wanted to play football kind of just for fun because my friends were doing it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I just kind of wanted an Oakdale jersey.
Hmm.
So I got one, but I can't wear it anymore because it's in a frame.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if I had started earlier, I probably would have thought about doing college football. But
Hmm.
this is definitely a better career path.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am with volleyball. I definitely like the time I played was so awesome, and
Mhm.
I love the game so much, but I definitely think that moving forward, like I want to focus on music and I want to focus on just like the arts. Maybe if it's not YouTube specifically, but like music and just sharing messages with people, because that has
Yeah.
just been so amazing for me. So let's dive right into these questions. So the first one is, what drove you to become a YouTuber, or what is your favorite thing about YouTube in general?
So I guess Christmas of second grade, like when I was in second grade, I don't know what year that was, but like the iPod 4 was like the huge, huge gift. And I got one. And me and my brother used to, because like it could record, and I was like, yeah, like let's make some videos. So we used to record like vlogs, and we thought like if you like stop the button, it'd go on YouTube like automatically. So we used to film like remember the annoying orange?
Oh, unfortunately.
We used to, we had like the little plushies of that,
Oh no.
and we used to set them up, and we would voice them and like redo the episodes but with our own voices. It was the dumbest thing ever. And then I guess jumping ahead to third grade, I had asked for a camera in third grade, and it was like $150 at Best Buy. It was not the best quality, but it worked. So it was like a little flip out screen. I think it was a Samsung, and it was one of the like aha moments in my life was like I can create content about my life and show it to people. So that was we would film. I used to really be into like ventriloquism and like Jeff Dunham. I still love Jeff Dunham. So I used to do my own ventriloquist shows with like puppets that I got and like film them with that camera. I never had a YouTube channel until like seventh grade. That's kind of the start. And then like fast forward to sixth grade. Everyone remembers who Roman Atwood is. Everyone knows who that guy is. So I watched his video with the like the ball pit prank.
Yeah.
And I was like, this seems fun. And I started watching him more and more and more. And I'm like, I want to start YouTube. Because of him is why I started YouTube. And also my cousin, Bryce, shout out to Bryce if he's listening. But he was doing these Minecraft videos back in like sixth grade. And he'd always ask me to like, yo, can you get on and like play with me? And we'll just have a conversation like while we're, creating something. So we used to do that. But it's really Roman Atwood's the guy that helped me like start. And I've always had an interest in cameras. Like my mom's dad, my grandfather, always would like talk about cameras and everything because he was so into photography. And then it's kind of weird because me and my cousin Bryce were the same age, and he would tell us like, one of you is going to be into photography. So we both did photography, like me and him. Like he would show us and we like kind of do photography.
Right.
But then we like kind of both ventured off. So now he does photography and I do everything with video. But
that's really cool.
Going back to the whole Roman Atwood thing, like 2016, I asked for a camera. I think, yeah, I have it right here. So this is the one that I filmed everything.
The G7X.
Everything on. Oh yeah, the G7X is
that is the poster child camera. I swear, every vlogger has that.
Yeah,
camera.
But it's crazy because they don't make this one anymore. So this is rare.
That's
this
crazy.
is like, it's worth like $1,000 because it's the better out of the three.
It's
the best one. It's so weird, but it's definitely one of my favorite cameras. But so I got this for Christmas, and then like I started my YouTube channel. I made the dumbest videos in the beginning, but I've definitely come a long way from then. Ever since then, I've just been doing my own thing, like work myself up from there, and just all the stuff that I do now. So,
yeah. I mean, we've all got to start somewhere, right?
We all got to start somewhere, yeah. And the thing that I tell everyone is like, start young.
Yeah.
Find out what works for you. And you don't have to have like the best equipment, but yeah. It's kind of it's like crazy to me now, like watching those videos at like where I am now. I'm just like, I've really gotten somewhere. Like I'm still not where I want to be, but like I've definitely progressed a lot.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I was looking through my voice memos the other day because I keep way too many. But I was listening to voice memos from like 2016, 2015, and my brother had a higher pitched voice than I did. It was crazy. And the things that I was talking about in these recordings were so funny. It was like I was pretending to do an interview with myself, pretending I was famous. And I was doing a radio interview with myself, and I was like, it's radio interviewer girl and Gabby. And I was asking myself these random questions, and it took like, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes. I asked myself one question, and then I was like, and now a special guest was like I don't even know. it was one of my friends
Mr.
who
Mr.
had like,
Puppet Stock is my
yeah,
special
yeah.
guest.
And
Yeah.
it was like I was like now a special guest or a special appearance from Megan. Um
Hmm.
and I tried to imitate her.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. It was so bad, but it's so funny looking back on that and
Yeah.
seeing like wow. And like I'd listen to like recordings I'd make when I was singing, like
Hmm.
what I do now, and listening back to recordings from like 3 and 4 years ago, I sounded like a dying animal. But
Yeah.
I vividly remember recording those and thinking I sounded like thebomb.com. I
Hmm.
thought I sounded so good.
My singing voice went away after we did High School Musical in 8th grade. Like, I haven't done a show, like, I did Grease in 9th grade, and I haven't done a show since then.
I remember seeing pictures from that.
Yeah.
So you were talking about older videos, and
Hmm.
for the people who have followed you for a long time know that you used to go by Owen King Vlogs, and
Oh, I
I have
hate that.
now found out that you've recently changed
I
it.
hate
I
that
wanted
name.
to know I wanted to know the inspiration behind that name and also why you changed it.
So Owen King is dead now. I killed him. No, I'm just kidding. But that name, the name came about because when I was in 6th grade, I think, I got an iPod and I asked my parents if I could start an Instagram account. Like I started it on Christmas Day, 2016, and they didn't want my last name out there because, parents are like that.
Right, right.
They're like, you got to come up with something. And I was like, I got it, King. And they're like, why King? They're like, well, the show Tank, the one guy's last name on there is King. Wade King from Tanked on Animal Planet. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a cool ass name. And like, I'm a king. Like, I'm cool. Little 6th grade Owen's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm a king. Blah, yeah. So my Instagram name was Owen that King underscore.
Love
And I
it.
changed it, and then it was Owen DAT King, and then it was like Owen King, and I changed it to Owen King Vlog.
Owen Dat King.
Yeah, it was the worst. Now it's just like I'm kind of mad because there's an account that has just a straight Owen Paugh spelled out,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a fake account that no one has used in the past like 10 years. And I keep telling
Ew.
Instagram, I'm just like, can you all please remove their account so I can have my handle? And
Yeah.
they're like, there's nothing wrong with this account. We can't remove it. I'm like, So now it's just Owen.Paul. So
Yeah. So go follow him, everybody. Go
yep.
follow Owen.
But then when I wanted to start YouTube, same thing was you can't have your last name on there until you're a little bit older.
Hmm.
So I stayed Owen King Vlogs, and then it became like it did what I didn't want it to do. I became like no one knew me as Owen Paul. It would be I'd go out in public and be like Owen King, and then people would scream like Owen King Vlogs in the hallways at school. It just wasn't Owen. Like no one Owen Paul didn't exist from 7th to 8th to like beginning of 9th grade.
Hmm.
It was always Owen King Vlogs. I'm like one day I just was like I'm tired of people like it was like it became a joke. Like
Hmm.
Owen King Vlogs. Like as I got older, became a joke. So I was like this past summer back in like June, I was like, yeah, like back in like July, I was like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to do the Owen King name anymore. I'm 16 now, which my parents said I could change it when I'm 16. I'm like, I'm doing it. I want to be known as myself.
Hmm.
So I did a video called The End of Owen King Vlogs. It was low key clickbait, but don't tell anyone. You know, it's just kind of the maturity of the channel.
Right.
Like, get like me, like really like this past year I really found out who I really am. Like
Hmm.
I found out a lot about myself over the course of quarantine, just like having my own conversations with myself.
Too.
So I'm like, I want to be known as Owen Paul, not some stupid name I came up with in 6th grade. So I changed it, and it's led me to a lot more people. Because if you search up Owen King vlogs, like my name still comes up, but it's like if you search up Owen Paul vlogs, everything about me, that
Hmm.
everything I've done, like every event I've gone to, like all these car meets that I go to,
Yeah.
um, all these music videos that I do, like
Hmm.
everything, like even with like my CTC course, my stuff comes up. So that's what I want to be known for.
Yeah. For
So
me, my name, For those of you who don't know, my last name is not Mark. Um, so that whole thing started because my mom, as I started getting more into music, she was like, "You need to have a stage name." Thinking, I'm gonna be this most famous human being ever one day.
Sell at Madison Square Garden. You can do it. I believe you.
Thanks, Owen. I'm glad one of us is confident. Um, but she was like, "You need a stage name," and I was like, "Well, Gabby Marie is like really, really basic." And I was like, "I don't know how I feel about that." And I was like, "Spencer is such a boring last name."
Hmm.
So I was like, "What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" And she was like, "What about Mark?" And I was like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it." And then as I was thinking about it more, I realized that I could give it more meaning, not just I need a stage name because I want to sound like a cool
Right.
superstar. So the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, well, the obvious thing is I have a birthmark on my face. So Gabby Mark, it's like it's my thing. And as I kind of talked about with Chelsea in a previous episode, I am super confident about my birthmark, and I'm so glad that, like, I've learned to own it, but it is truly like a part of my identity. So I didn't want to, I wanted to make that, known to people that, like, yeah,
Mine
I
is
know it's
this.
there.
The
And
little mole on my cheek.
yeah,
That's been my trademark for years.
I love it.
It popped up when I was like 3, and I used to hate it. I was like, Dad, I want to have surgery and have it removed. But like as I got older, I don't notice it anymore because it's
Right.
kind of looks like my skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another thing with me was like everything like I used to have horrible acne, like cystic. It was like hard, and I couldn't deal with it anymore.
Mhm.
Stuff on YouTube about it. I'm like, I need to do something about it. So I think yeah, like back in like August of 19, I started Accutane and ended it in March of 2020.
Mhm.
Hardest experience ever with medicine. These side effects suck. I had 7 nosebleeds in one day, and like the biggest side effect was depression. Like it hit like a truck, and it was awful just trying to deal with it. And that's why like I didn't post that much last winter, because like that was like when it hit was like around like the 6 month mark that I've been doing it. But it got rid of it, and I'm definitely more confident about not having acne going down my arms or like down my beard or like on my neck.
Uh-huh. I was gonna say you look great. Since the last time I saw you, you look so good.
Yeah, it was just I just was like I'm tired of dealing with it. I don't want to deal with the comments that people make. Like people would say stuff to me in school, and like I just couldn't deal with it.
So mean. Let me tell you, people are so
Yeah,
mean.
the world needs more kindness, especially with like everything happening like last year and still into this year.
Mhm.
I still think I still feel like it's 2020.
Oh yeah.
Nothing really changed, to
Yeah.
be
I
honest.
mean, yeah. We've still got a long way to go, but we're going, and that's the good news.
My mom just got her second Moderna shot this evening,
That's
so
good.
she'll
How's she
probably be feeling like crap in 2 hours. But
doing? Yeah.
my dad gets his tomorrow, and then I'm supposed to get my vaccine March in a
Nice.
month from the 5th.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah. And so,
excited for that.
yeah. And so, like, on top of the whole birthmark thing, um, it's also kind of a way to honor my uncle. Um,
Hmm.
I never met him,
I
but
love this story. This is my favorite story about like it's my favorite. It's just so heartwarming.
yeah, so he passed away when my dad was 10. They were 10 years apart.
Hmm.
So of course he passed away before I was even thought of. Um, but everyone who knew him as I've grown has told me that I am kind of taking on all of his best traits, which is, it means the world to me because
Right,
they say like I'm funny and I love animals and I'm creative and like all these great things. And I'm really appreciative, but the fact that like I can say that those traits came from my uncle is just super heartwarming.
right.
But then also the cliche of, make your mark on the world, and this is something that Owen and I kind of talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
But we both believe that it doesn't really matter where you come from. Like, if you have a goal, like, you got to go for it. The only person
Oh
at the end of the day who's in your way is yourself.
hard work, like I've learned over the course of like everything I've done, it's just like I'm doing everything I possibly can to like get myself out there, do everything I want to do.
Hmm.
And it really is like putting out, people don't realize like with me, like especially with my videos, like I'm sure you know this, like I do everything myself. I promote myself. I organize all my brand deals that I've done. I organize like people like coming up to me and like being like, yo, like we have this for you. Like, can you try this out? I I buy all my equipment. Like I edit my own videos. I film everything for
Hmm.
myself. Even though Luke, my brother, like films me a majority of the time, like I'm still like, Luke, is the mic on? Is the lens good? Like, is it in focus? Like
Right.
I'm basically managing myself at this
Yeah, you're
point.
like micromanaging every little thing.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I'm editing for people still. I'm working with these two artists right now, like trying to like get them like more publicity.
Hmm.
And like I'm still trying to manage myself, and it gets hard, but then
Hmm.
I realize why I'm still doing it is because it's
Right.
what I want to do. And like it
Right.
gets like that's the thing is it's like it all is hard work. Like I've said this before, like to my fans, I guess quote unquote fans, but I'm truly I'm self-made. Like my parents don't pay for my camera stuff. Like they
Right.
don't, put
Like, they
anything into
support
this.
you, but they don't.
Yeah, this is all me. Like, I mean, they'll occasionally buy me stuff for like Christmas for my camera, or like,
Right.
and then they love the fact that I'm so like tech savvy and like I have an audience, like, and I can reach people and everything. But it's just, it gets like doing like everything for yourself. It's like at some point, you need a break
Hmm.
eventually, and
Yeah.
definitely like I still love doing it, and it's just you know
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun, and but it does get tiring eventually.
Right. But you still stick with it. And like
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's part of the thing is like if you have something that you're passionate about, like don't let anything stop you. Make your
right,
mark in the world the way that makes you happiest. So
right.
I think that's a mentality that we both have in common, which I think is
Hmm.
really cool.
And like going back to like the working hard thing, like everything I just talked about, it's like all of that is hard work. Like people don't see it, but everything that goes into me posting just one video,
Hmm.
the way that it all has to come together, it's truly like hard work. I put a lot of time into editing my videos,
Hmm.
and then like the feedback I get is what really keeps me going.
Right.
But like my thing that I tell everyone is like hard work and connections is how you're gonna get, far.
Right.
So like put yourself out there as much as you can if you feel comfortable with it. But
Right.
that's what I
So
tell everyone.
earlier you were kind of mentioning the Dobre brothers, and I know this about you, but not a lot of
Mhm.
people do. So you are actually friends with them, and
A lot
for
of people don't know the story because there's some stuff I can't talk about, but there's some
right.
stuff I can. And I'll
Yeah.
talk about what I can talk about tonight.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, the Dobre brothers are a huge internet, face. So
Collectively, they have 112 million followers
yeah, it's
over
it's insane. And the
YouTube,
fact,
Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok,
right.
all the numbers.
It's insane. And the fact that like, I don't see you as a superstar yet just because
Nope.
we're
No.
friends. And
I'm
I've
I'm
known
just
you
a
since way
basic
back
little
when.
17-year-old from small
Oh, and
town.
don't get me wrong. You are a huge deal, friend. You are a huge deal. Um,
Thanks, appreciate
but
it.
I see them as like untouchables, you know what I mean? So I just think
You
it
say that.
is so cool that you even know them enough to like call them friends.
It's
And I,
so funny to me because like that's what I thought with them was like when I first like met them, it was like, oh my God, like they're low key my idols. Like
right.
this was me like 3 years ago, like, oh my God, they're like my idols. Like I watch them all the time. But as I got like closer with them, I'm just like, they're 22-year-olds that live a different lifestyle than I do,
Mhm.
but they're down to earth. They're so humble. Like I've like at the car meet that I went to, I was standing in line with them getting Chick-fil-A, and we were just talking. Like, you can carry on a conversation with them. Like, yeah, they have all this stuff, but it's just like, it's really cool to meet people like that, but then understand that they are like human beings and they are individuals and they're like very like down to earth and they're just like me and you.
Yeah. And I think we can kind of understand that concept, but it doesn't
Mhm.
really click until you meet them because
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, they're normal people, they have normal lives, but what we see is so different from that, and we
right.
like all we see is numbers. And
Yeah.
for some reason that matters so much to people. So I think,
Oh my God. Like, if it's like the thing at my school back in freshman is like, if you don't have 800 plus followers, like, you're not cool. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
who cares?
Right. It's like,
Like,
does
just do
not
your
matter.
thing. Right.
My mom, that's one thing that she's kind of nervous about is like me being on social media and stuff like that. She's always like, whenever I'm on my phone, she's always like, I hope you're not concerned about like your followers and whatever. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, people can follow me if they want. I'm gonna put out the
I
content I
do that
want. Yeah.
every day. Mine go up and down and up and down
hmm
all the time.
I right now on Instagram, I'm staying like in between. I got like 1,230 something, and it goes between like
Hmm.
6, 5, 4, 3, 4,
Yep.
5, 3, 6, 4, 5,
Uh,
and I'm
I'm
like,
at
y'all messing with me. Like,
I'm at 1640. I need 50 more, and then I'm at my goal this year is to hit 2K.
nice.
So, and
I should start setting goals. That would be cool.
that's another thing with me is it's like a lot of people don't realize this. Like, I have like, I guess 600 in this area on YouTube is
Mhm.
not bad at all. Like you're doing good. But
Yeah.
what I like, because like I have people from around the world that message me on a daily. I have a lot of people in. This is from like the whole phone situation with the Dever brothers and like
Right.
talking with them and like it's like I had people from the UK. I have someone from Ireland. I have a couple people from Italy that reach out to me. Like I have a couple people from Canada. Like
Yeah.
like I'm more known on Instagram. Like
Mhm.
but like with Instagram, I promote my channel a lot and
Right.
that's how I got the audience there.
Right. Like right now I'm sitting at like 180 something on
Mhm.
YouTube, but my channel's been kicking it for like 3 years,
Popping.
and I haven't posted anything since
Right.
like before quarantine,
Hmm.
probably like since 2018 to be honest with you. So, yeah,
And
definitely
like with me, it's
definitely more
like I
popular.
celebrate the small things. Like if I hit 100 views on one video, I'm happy. I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
Oh, me too.
But what's
If I
weird to
get 6
me,
likes on a video, I'm happy.
right, right, because it still shows you're like doing something good. But like what's
Right.
funny to me is it's like a couple of my videos have like gone quote unquote viral. Like I did a video where I reacted to one of their music videos. And that's at almost 3,000 views.
Mhm.
No, that one's at like 2.5. The car meet that I went to with them is at 3K. And
Mhm.
then when our football team won states, that's at like 2K.
Yeah.
So with me, it's like people are seeing my content. I'd rather people worry about like the views and like the subscribers are great, but like if like we could combine the two, like 2.7K views on one video, like it's just like a couple people subscribe from that. Like people are still viewing my stuff, but they're
Right.
not subscribing. Like I have like I looked on YouTube the other day. I have like I think it said 45% aren't subscribed.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
it is what it is, but like at least my content's reaching people. And that's
Right.
what
And
I'm
that's
happy
my thing
about.
too, is like I'm not really worried about numbers because I know that like if my video is supposed to find someone, it will find them, and it might not be the day I post it, but it's going to be when they need to see it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not worried about when that happens. Like I'm going to put it out, and if someone needs to see it, then it'll find them when they need it.
Right.
So,
I'll go back to the whole knowing the brothers thing, but
yeah.
basically the way that I got closer with them is through my friend Kevin, who is their chef. He does a little bit of managing for them, but Kevin was my old neighbor. He worked at the restaurant down the street from me. I've known him probably 10 years, and he's always been like a role model. And like if you go look him up on Instagram, his Instagram's like Eliano Kevin.
Mhm.
But his big thing is the motivational quotes. Like he tells me all the time, winning's the only option, and like he's right. So he is also a big inspiration to me. Like he's been like a little bit of an older brother because I've known him for so long.
Mhm.
And then he got his big break working with them. So he's on Team Dobre.
Mhm.
So they do a whole bunch of stuff. Like he's in their videos, and like he kind of brought us together through like the car, because like the car meet was really just, that was like a fun thing I got to do. Like I got to hang out with them for more than 20 minutes.
Mhm.
But being in the same area as them, I see them all the time.
Right.
And like they all, like I look at my story sometimes, they'll peep my story every now and then.
That's so fun.
So like, and like the phone thing, like I like the iPhone that I have, I won from them. And what really, like I don't know this to this day, but I'm pretty sure Kevin set that up. But shout out to Kevin if you're listening. But that, like back then, like in March, like I was going through a rough patch. Like I think Kevin knew that, so they're like, "Here, you want iPhone 11 Pro?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Mhm.
So they called me on my phone, like the twins did, and
Mhm.
told me that I had won it. And then we FaceTime for like 2 hours and just talked.
Yeah.
And like they were showing me their house, they showed me the garage. We talked about dealing with haters. We talked about like them, like that. What they told me was like, "What's it like? Like what is it like doing what you do?" They're like, "We're literally living a movie," and it's true, they are. But he's like, but then they were like, we came from Hagerstown. Like they went to high school. They all like did the same stuff, but
Mhm.
they just blew up basically
Yeah.
from doing what they do. And it's like it's really weird to me because it's like, you know, they just what they told me was keep pushing, keep doing what you do, like love what you do, find what like find your niche, whether that be, a veterinarian or wanting to be a nurse or wanting to be an airline pilot. Like just find your thing and just go for it.
Yeah.
But knowing them, like it helps for sure.
Mhm.
But they're really down to earth people, and they really just like, I guess I'm trying to think the word,
Mhm.
but I guess it's kind of like, I guess, mentors.
Yeah.
They kind of like do that, but they're also like really cool people to just talk to. Like I DM them every now and then, we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
But they're cool people, and like hanging with them at the car meet, like I love cars, especially theirs. Like the one you'll probably see it if anyone watches the video of the car meet. The Ferrari that I sat in is a one of one. It's the only one in the country, and they own it.
That's so cool.
So it was cool to do that. But yeah, I know them through Kevin basically.
That's awesome.
So
So basically, the way to meet people is to get lucky.
connections. It's not really getting lucky. Like what I learned is putting myself out there through
Mhm.
the internet. You know,
Yeah.
just connections help. Like with like the right people. Like trust me, I've had my fair share of dropping people before.
Yeah.
Like I had this one. I'm not gonna say any names, but I had this one kid that I was doing music videos for that never repaid me and whatnot. And I was
Mhm.
like, I just couldn't with that kind of like. There's a lot of people in this industry that once they get clout, they don't want anything to do with the people that help them to get there.
Right.
They just want the fame and everything.
Mhm.
And like it's kind of sad, but like things happen. You just gotta like move on, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And like this,
it's always good talking to the brothers.
yeah.
So
And this kind of touches on a
always fun.
question that I got from one of my followers.
Mhm.
But what do you do to market or to put yourself out there, and how do you gain followers? I know you said that you plug your YouTube channel a lot on Instagram, but how
Mhm.
exactly do you get people to find you on Instagram?
So with me is whenever I meet like new people that do the same stuff as me,
Mm-hmm.
what we do is we'll trade off. So, and what a trade off is it's basically like if you promote me, I'm going to promote you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of just working with people, like the more people that you can reach, the better off it's going to be. But the easiest way that I found to reach people is going to actual events, talking to people, like face to face, like, hey, this is my name, this is what I do. Here's my little 15-minute rant
Yeah.
about who I am and where I come from and what I do. But what else has helped me a lot is the film class that I take over at the college and around here. And that kind of like I learned the skills on how to do everything that I do there like a little bit better. And then we get like little like actual like editing jobs or like filming jobs for people.
Oh,
So
that's
the more that you can get people to refer your name, the more your name gets thrown around, the more people are gonna like start noticing you and like looking at your portfolio and doing this and doing that. Like what I think is cool now, and like my old boss used to tell me this is like she can figure out the kind of person that you are just by looking at your Instagram.
wow.
So, and I thought that was kind of weird, but in a way, it helps.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if people want to look you up, like, and figure out what you do, like, that is kind of like, I guess, kind of sort of how you can reach people. But when I first started, it was kind of just like, I would always tell my friends, like, hey, could you like share the video with as many people as you can. Like I tell my family members, I'm like, hey, share this, you know, tell everyone you can about it. And then once you just like do one little thing, you keep it up. Like with me, it's like producing as much content as I can, like keeping it up. People will like come to you in a way. And then another thing was like, I'm gonna mention this car meet so many times in this episode, but being there around the same kind of people that I am and just like loving the cars, but also creating content while we were there, we all just like clicked. Like we
Right.
all stood in like a little circle
Mm-hmm.
and just talked about it. Like I met a couple of kids that do car detailing. I met this one guy that does races, you know, and they all like once they all look up like your name on the internet, like I have a whole bunch of people coming to me like in DMs like every day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of up to the person. Like I'll use myself as an example, but it's kind of up to me to make those connections with people. And
Right.
another thing that I used to do, I don't do it anymore, but I have a thing written in my notes, and it was like a little spiel about me. It's like 4 paragraphs long. I would copy and paste it and just send it to a whole bunch of people. And maybe I send it to like maybe 50, maybe 20 of them will get back to me and
Yeah.
they'll share my stuff. So that's another way that you can like get yourself out there.
Yeah, I remember I had like two random people do that to me on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had one guy reach out to me and he was like, I'm a motivational person, like follow me on Instagram and if you want me to follow you back, I can. He never did, by the way.
Ow.
I'm verified, so like I can follow you and give you like and I was like, okay. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't end up working out and he wasn't that motivational anyway.
People get annoyed with me because like my cousin up in Pennsylvania, my Bryce's little sister, like she'll text me every single time. Like every time I post a new video, I always post the thumbnail on my story. I post a little 10-second clip. But then what I do with the thumbnail is I'll like you can like send it to a whole bunch of people.
Mhm.
So I'm in a lot of the Dobre fan group chats, which have like 20 to 30 people in them.
Right.
I'll send it to them. I'll send it to my closest friends, and then I'll send it to some people that I've met just like from around the area.
Mhm.
I'll be like, I'll always type like, "Hey, this is my new video. Like, go check it out. Share with as many people as you can."
Mhm.
They'll repost it to their story. They'll look at it, and that's really the main thing that I do that helps me get more followers.
Yeah, and one thing that's helped me a lot um, is quite honestly TikTok because of the
Yes, TikTok is booming right
TikTok
now.
is so great. Um,
TikTok, you can literally go viral for anything. Like if you
mhm.
want to get famous, TikTok's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say
example,
like
Kid
the For
Leroy
You
made a
page.
song.
Yeah, and like the For You page, because
Oh yeah.
it's so random. Like I've had people come on my For You page and they have like maybe 2 or 3 likes on their video and like I don't
Hmm.
know, 6 views or something like that.
Yeah,
So it's like you can literally end up on anyone's For You page as long as you like use the
right.
hashtags and stuff. So if you want to gain more followers from, all over the world, use TikTok. It is
Yeah.
so helpful.
It's hilarious because I made one TikTok with my girlfriend. We did the thing where it was like, "Hey, can you name this?" Like we did cars. So
Oh
I
yeah,
sent
yeah.
her a picture of each car, and I was like, "What car is this?" And like I sent her a picture. Like she knew, like we all like she's a car person. Like she
Hmm.
knows what kind of cars they are. But I was like, make up something for each one of them. So I sent her a picture of Ferrari, and she said BMW. I sent her a picture of
Yeah,
a Porsche, and she goes, "That's a port."
a
And
port.
I sent her a picture of a Lamborghini. She's like, "No, that's a Honda Civic," and
Yeah.
it blew up. It's got like 8.8K views.
Yeah, I did that with my friend with with basketball players. And
Hmm.
I have nothing against basketball, but
Right.
it's not my sport. So, I knew none of these people and I gave them fabulous names, but they were
Oh
very
my god.
incorrect.
But it's also funny because I did one like the one where it was like pull a string through your ear, you smack the person.
Hmm.
Do that with my brother, and it's sitting at like 2,000 views. Like it's just like the
Right.
dumbest things blow up. Like
Yeah.
the new thing now is like this everyone's saying the dog that goes owa owa. Everyone's talking about that.
Pudgy.
Pudgy, yeah. Like that's just the dumbest thing. And
I
it's just
love Pudgy. I love
like
Pudgy.
today I
I
was with
walk
my
around my
friend
house going,
snowboarding.
ow, ow.
Like I was with my friend snowboarding, and she brings her dog out. And I walk up to the dog with my phone. I was like, "Can I get an owa owa?" Like
I did that to my
everyone.
mom the other day.
We were at the park, and like I screamed it going down the slope on my sled. I was like, "Can I get an owa owa?" And everyone said owa owa. I was like, "Oh
That's
my
so
god."
funny.
And then like the other thing, this is kind of between like me and my best friends Ashton and Josh. But like we were walking yesterday through all the snow, and like it was all like slush.
Hmm.
But we all kept saying walkie slush. If you've seen that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the dumbest things blow up. But
Yeah.
it's so funny. Like once you like do like a dumb video and like start doing different content, you'll still,
Right.
skyrocket.
Yeah.
It's so funny though.
So, what advice do you have for someone who wants to follow a similar path as you?
Um, that's that's the one question. Like I was like kind of prepared for it, but not really. But um, people that want to follow the same path as me, start start filming videos. It doesn't have to be about a specific thing. Just start filming them. Like this is what I'm doing today. We're going here. We're gonna go get some food. We're gonna go shopping. Like that's what I used to do. And then what my stuff turned into now is like I do challenges and pranks and everything. But with people wanting to like take a similar career path as me, definitely get involved. Like get a camera. Start putting out videos. Like you don't have to be the best to just start putting out stuff. Start trying to get your name out there, really getting your name out there. So it's really going to help you like just create on a whole bunch of different platforms. Like I create on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I do Snapchat stuff sometimes. I do a lot of promotions on Facebook, but just get yourself out there. I guess what else I can say is like learn a little bit how to edit. Learn a little bit how to shoot, and just go for it. Like nothing's stopping you. And like if you ever like deal with any haters, like what the thing with me is it's like I just don't pay attention to it. Like I see it, but it doesn't really affect me because like at the end of the day, like, hey, you're still watching my stuff. You're still taking time
Yeah.
out of your day to say something. Like
Hmm.
even to the haters, like thank you guys for watching my videos. If there's any of my haters listening, because you're still getting me views and money at the end of the day.
Yeah. And like that's been, I mean, I've been fortunate enough that I haven't gotten a whole lot of hate, but I know growing up,
Hmm.
like,
I used to so much in the beginning.
bullying has been a huge part of my
Hmm.
childhood. Um,
Same.
But, I actually ended up writing a song about it for the birthmark community.
Hmm.
And I sang it for them at a little Christmas social we did. It was my little like Christmas present for them.
That's cool.
Um, but it's called Topic of Conversation, and the whole point of the song is like, you know what? Yeah, I am the topic of conversation. Like, I don't really care
Hmm.
what they're saying because at the end of the day, I'm the one on their mind, my name's in their mouth, and
Hmm.
like, I'm gonna own the fact that I'm who they're thinking about. So,
Right. And the other thing with
that's,
me is that I tell everyone is like, embrace who you are. Like you
yeah.
don't have to be a certain someone to
Hmm.
get views, to get clout. You just be yourself. It's the easiest
Yeah.
thing to do. And it's like touching back on like how like to follow a career path. It's really just like I guess just doing what you love doing and like but filming it is
Right.
really how I got here. And then once you like have an audience and you have people coming to you, like what I did is like I changed my content. So I looked at like what other people were doing and
Hmm.
then I'll do it with my own twist on it.
Right.
So that's really how you can sort of follow a career path that I'm doing.
Hmm.
And plus, I've also loved doing stuff with like marketing myself and like managing stuff.
Right.
Like occasionally, like I'm still doing stuff now, like this whole Dogecoin, if you've heard about that,
Hmm.
stock marketing and stuff.
Right.
So,
Yeah, like, and also if you're passionate about something
hmm.
and you want to continue it, there comes a point in time when you can't just wing it anymore. Like,
Right,
I've always loved singing, but I do take voice lessons, and I have a producer who knows a lot
right,
more than I do. So if you want to go into music, for sure, try to look for people who can help you in those ways, because even if you're a good singer, you can always be better. And
right,
that goes for anything. Like, even if you're good at something, you can always be better. Um,
right,
and as far as like, YouTube and like recording and photography and all that goes, like, take classes, because one,
right.
it's going to be fun because you already love the activity, but two, like, you're perfecting your art. So,
I'll dive into this too. Like, so a lot of people know, well, actually, a lot of people don't know. For people that are from like my area, like Frederick,
mhm,
there's this place called the Career and Tech Center. Like, we have the class that I take there. It's called TV Multimedia. You learn how to film, edit, what a camera does. You learn how to take care of a camera. Like, through this class, like I'm making short films in a professional setting. It's a college course. Through it, we get to use Adobe everything, and
mhm,
Adobe's like the top, and everyone uses that now. Like, I'm working on my Adobe editor certification. So like I started editing my videos on Windows Movie Maker, the
mhm,
worst like editing software ever known to man.
right,
And then like I didn't just, learn how to do all this stuff on my own. Like, I watched some tutorials on YouTube, but really this class has helped me so much. Like, it's really made me like understand like, how to operate a camera and how to edit
right,
and everything. And like you're right, you can't just wing it anymore.
mhm,
Like, they're at this point where you can't just wing it, but that's why I'm taking this course. It's like I'm learning every day. Like, I know how to do proper lighting now because my videos
right,
never used to be good with the lighting. And you learn how to do all that stuff. So it's really cool. And like taking classes, like you said, like learning how to do things, voice lessons. Like I need some. My voice is rusty. I
I
haven't been
got
in
you.
production
I
in a
got
long
you.
time.
I got you.
The last time I sang, my voice wasn't this deep. It was like halfway between what it used to be and like now. So, but yeah, just at some point, you gotta be like, let's learn a little bit more about this. And like, what else helps me is like little transitions in my videos, like YouTube tutorials. They're the best. They teach you a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say YouTube is right at everybody's fingertips.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you want to do something, for sure look it up. For
And
sure.
I know that a lot of people don't really like social media and everything, but your phone is the best tool that you have at your fingertips. Your phone gets you so many benefits, so many connections. You can do anything on a phone. It's literally a computer in your hand.
Hmm.
So like using your platforms gets you more stuff, more
Yeah.
knowledge. It's really cool how all this stuff works.
Yeah. So I think that about wraps up this episode. Before we end completely, I do like to leave us on a good note. So, to sum up this whole episode, if you are passionate about something, go for it, and don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to perfect your art, because if you can be better at something that you love, why not do it? Why not go for it?
Right.
So,
Network, make connections,
mhm,
just dream big, keep your feet on the ground, but your head held high.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that about wraps up this episode. So, Owen, thank you again so much for being
Of
on this
course.
episode.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. This was such a good episode. I really
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
See ya.